Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be working, as you can see, in my fitness planner. I'm going to wrap up the month of September and then get going for October. This front page, this is just a little divider that I made from one of the Skinny Mini planners. I will link both in the cards and then down in the description when I first set this planner up if you'd like to see that. And then what I did here is just make a page. I wanted to kind of track for 3 months if I worked out or didn't. So if I got an X if I did work out, and I circled it if I did not work out. July was the first month I really kind of committed and started tackling this. July I did good. August I did pretty well. September, it's like I didn't even know the gym existed. So September, I should note, is also my birthday month, but I was also struggling mentally a lot this past month. So I think, well, I know that had a lot to do with it. So I'm going into October kind of realizing that these days and weeks are going to happen, but also reminding myself that I actually feel better mentally when I do get down there and work out. I say down there because our where I work out is in our basement. So I really want to hone in and concentrate and remind myself on that part of it, that this working out isn't just physical, it's also mental. So I'm not sure if I'm going to create another title page or continue a page here on the back to track where I work out, because I have an app that I was using and tracking on there. I'm not sure if I will be able to continue with that app because it is a paid membership. But if I don't, I can always come back and add the pages to my planner if I decide that we're not going to budget in to continue with that app. Here on these pages, this is where I track my measurements. A free app that I use is this Fit Index, and that houses a lot of my, well, it houses all the measurements and my weight. So it is connected with my bathroom scale, and it just kind of jots it all down for me. When I do my measurements, it doesn't jot my measurements down for me, but it does track them as I put them in. So I always make sure, I try to weigh myself pretty frequently, just so I can see the ebb and flow of it. Some days it's not a straight line. It's not a straight line down or a straight line up. It goes up and down throughout, and that's just to kind of remind me that, it's not always going to be completely linear. You're going to have your weight fluctuate, but as long as overall it is descending, that's kind of a good thing. So the paid app, what it does is, it is the Jordan Syatt Fitness. If you watch my last video, I talked about that briefly, and he has on his app where you will do the plots of your weight, and then you can see the basic trend line, if it is going down or if it's going up or if it's just kind of staying the same. And so that's really helpful. But that is with his paid subscription. So I'm going to go ahead and put in now the dates that I did this. So I tried to go ahead and make sure that I weigh myself on the 1st and then on the last day of the month, so that I can have that comparison here. So I'm just going to put in the numbers now. So here, I knew September was not going to be great because, like I said, I didn't really work out very much, and I also wasn't watching what I was eating. I wasn't tracking macros. I was just kind of not doing well at all with my eating habits. So I had an increase in weight overall of 2.2 pounds, which really makes me sad because for the month of August, I lost 4.4. I lost half of my progress in just a month. So, I mean, I know it could be worse, but it still kind of sucks. I'm going to try not to let that bum me out too much to the point where I just quit, because I think I mentioned before in another video, that's kind of was my personality, and I'm trying to break that trait. I'm trying to break that mindset where, well, if I mess up, I might as well just mess up for the rest of the day or the month or the week or the year, or just quit and just stop that mindset and get back up and work that much harder. Use it to motivate me instead. Anyways, also my body fat percentage went up. Everything basically went up. So I tracked my body fat percentage, my subcutaneous fat percentage, muscle mass, and my metabolic age. So that's okay. Hopefully for the month of October, we can do a little bit better. I was going to do this weekly, but then I realized I had been doing it monthly. So these are now monthly, not weekly trackers. So I'm just going to put month 4 and then October there. And we're going to go ahead and go in and get the rest done. So like I said, I had started in July, and what I kind of do is I was putting out in my monthly, I was just kind of jotting down some notes and things like that here that I wanted to kind of remember how my day went. Really wanted to track my cycle and my emotions around that, because I noticed that those are really kind of hard emotional days for me as well, when anxiety will creep up really, really badly. It won't even creep. It'll just suddenly be there, and it is an unwanted visitor. So, but I notice it does coincide with my cycle. So I really wanted to start tracking that. And I did start seeing a trend. I wanted to do 80% of the month to work out or at least move. And I wanted to keep taking my vitamins consistently. That is where I started. So I put my goals here, and then I kind of just jotted stuff down. And then throughout, I just kind of wrote down, I reused the pages, and I had a section for notes, a section of for me, which was kind of something, it's kind of self-care, something that I was doing for myself. And that could be super, super simple, whether that be like a hot shower, or this day, I think I just got extra rest. I sent myself to bed early. So it doesn't have to be something huge. It was just something small that I did to take care of me. And then this section was for my macros. I started counting my macros for both all my protein, carbs, and fat. And then I was also tracking my fiber when I first started. You'll see that I end up not doing that continually. And then I wanted to track my sleep. And then here I was just kind of drawing a little face and making it really simple how I felt that day, and then a little note if I needed it. And then down at the bottom was exercise. And then I wanted to keep some weekly goals here if I need it. And then down at the bottom, I was also tracking my water. For the month of August, I kind of did the same, but you can see I'm slowing down on the monthly tracking. And then I decide that I'm going to go ahead and track, I'm just going to track my calorie count and my protein. I wasn't going to count carbs and fat. I was just going to try to stay in between that. And that is because this mid-July, I think end of July or the beginning of August, is when I started a different program, and that was what was suggested on that program. So I had 4 low days and 3 high days, and you can mix and match wherever you want it. Just for my lifestyle, it made more sense to have the high days on the weekend. So we go into that. September gets a little harder. I did kind of come back in and write here, but you'll see in here, I didn't track all the way here. I didn't track this week at all. And then this week I accidentally, there was one more week in between here. This is why these dates are crossed out. But I didn't track. I didn't do anything. So I just started writing in this week. So I crossed them out so I could be up to date. So there's a whole nother week that I didn't track. So it is what it is at this point. At the time of filming, today is the last day of September. So I didn't end up writing anything for yesterday. Yesterday was a rest day though. So I think that might be where I didn't write anything. And I know I went over because it was just a tough mental day. So I guess I can just go ahead. You can see I didn't end up putting what my macros were supposed to be here. So because I haven't been tracking, honestly, I don't even really remember what my goals were, and that's not helping. So I want to get back into it for October and really start writing down the details so that I know what I'm aiming for. So I will finish filling this out for this week on my own. But here on the back page, I already put in my picture. So at the end of the month, I do put in a full body picture, and I try to wear the same clothes so that I can kind of see any changes in myself underneath. It's kind of a flip thing, but underneath is pictures that I don't need out on YouTube. So that's what's underneath here, but I have this one up on top so I can at least have a full body one too. So that goes there, and then here is where I mark my measurements. So I just do that with a mild liner. What I'm going to do is take this out though, so I can remember which measurements I was marking. So these are the measurements. These are not what's on the title page here. This is like more percentages, and these are my actual measurements. So I track that here, but I use the same app as before. The Fit Index app is that I have on my phone. So I use that one, and then just down in the circumference, you can go ahead and mark that in if you're interested in that app. Okay, so for whatever reason, it doesn't look like it saved my measurements from this morning. It's probably user error. I probably forgot to write save. I know I was in a rush this morning to do it. So not a big deal. All I'm going to do is change the date down here to 10/1. Actually, I thought I had white out, so it wouldn't be so messy, but I don't have any white out lying around. So I'm just going to change the date to 10/1, and I'll redo my measurements tomorrow. I don't want to do it right now because it's already later in the day, and I like to make sure that I do it at the same time. So I will go ahead and finish filling all of this out though. These are just little questions that are: how was I successful? How do I feel? What didn't go so well? What motivates me? What can I do differently? And then you give yourself, color in a rating out of 5 stars. So I'm going to fill that in. So I went ahead and finished this out. I know I wasn't very successful, but I'm not going to quit. So I know I didn't fully gorge, but I didn't do well. So there was that. What didn't go so well, I stopped tracking and working out, and I really let my emotions overrule getting out and working out. So there was that. What can I do differently? I want to keep growing and going. I want to try to find, my husband is my biggest support, and it is so great to have that, but I think we can both use other people to help us too. So I'm going to look for either an encouraging group or a podcast, something, anything to help me. People, like-minded people who want to just build a better, healthier version of themselves. So that's something I need to look into. How do I feel? I do feel a little sad and frustrated that I lost some of my momentum, but I'm going to keep going. And then what motivates me is just that I know what it feels like to be working out, and it feels good to be strong both physically and mentally. So that was that. And I only gave myself 1.5 stars for the month, which, I mean, it can sound kind of harsh, but honestly it didn't. I was not, it could have been worse. The month of September surely could have gone worse, but I mean, it could have gone a lot better too. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to plug that in here, and then I'm going to set up my pages and my monthly view for October. And then I'm going to put some goals here on this side for myself. I like to do 3 goals, and it just feels like that's a good safe number to put in for the month. So they're going to be super simple, just like when I started way back in July. So I want to have 80% consistency working out. So that includes rest day. So if it is a rest day that I'm taking, that would be consistent because that's what I was supposed to do that day. Now, if it's a day I'm supposed to work out and I don't, that would not be consistent. That wouldn't count towards my 80%. So I'm just going to do the math of what 80% of 31 days is. So 80% of 31 is 24.8. So I'm going to round up and put 25 days. For my goal number 2, I want to track my macros. I should be more specific. I want to track my protein, macros, and my calorie count. And that's it. I'm not going to put put the other 2, the 5, I'm not going to put the other, I guess it would be 3. I'm not going to put carbs and fat and fiber back in there just yet because I don't want to put too much down. I want to make sure that I'm sticking with this. And then for goal number 3, I want to be drinking water. It is getting chillier here, and it is hard for me in the cold months to drink water. I want to drink coffee all day long. So I'm going to put that I want to drink water. I want to drink at least 72 ounces. That's a little bit more than half of my weight right now, but that's a good starting point. So that's where I will have that. And that's all that I'm going to do here. When the month starts rolling, tomorrow, I will start jotting in just little blurbs about the day in here. Now for the weekly ones, like I had already started putting some things in here. I'm just going to erase. I'm going to leave that one because that's the exact same thing. These are fine. This is what I was tracking. So here it just says, because you can't see it, I'm feeling hours slept, macros, me time, and notes. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. I could make it prettier as far as the labels go, but like I said, I don't have whiteout within my reach, and I'm not going to get up and get it. So I'm just going to leave that. For my macros, though, I am going to do the highlighting for my low and high days, because I had a set goal for the first month of the program, and then a set goal for the second month, and a set goal for the third month. So if I had stuck with the program, I think I technically would be in the third month. But because I skipped so hard in September, I'm going to just keep the second month's goals for this month as well. So I'm going to just highlight here for So this is the same color I was saying. I want to do the same color that I wrote my goals in. So this skinnier line on top is for my protein, and the bigger line down at the bottom is for my calorie goal. And then I'm going to switch up the color for the high days so that I know, ooh, you can barely see that one though, so that I know it's a different amount. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark in what my goals are for that. If you want to start tracking your macros, I would encourage you to look up. There are a lot of macro calculators online. One website is literally called If It Fits Your Macros. So you can put that in there and then plug in there are a lot of different things that will come into play when you're calculating out your macros. So you don't want to go just by what mine says, because it will take into account your height, your current weight, how active you are, if you have a special diet, so like if you are vegan or you like to be low carb or whatever it is, and so it will kind of rearrange things that way. So I would consider looking into that, not just, I would definitely not advise just going off of what I'm writing down here. These are just the ones that I have calculated. I'm actually using Jordan Syatt's calculator, so that is also an option too. I'm just going to fill it in for the first week, and then I will go and do the others the next week, so you don't have to sit through all of it. The other thing I think I want to do is I did pull out a couple of sticker packs that I have. This one was from Michael's. These both were from Michael's from the when they were doing collabs with some of the sticker companies. This one is Sweet Hawaii Design, and this one is Shine Sticker Studio, and these are both like their workout ones. So I have these. I think I do want to decorate it, not because I know I said earlier I need it to be functional, but I find, and let me know, comment down below if you're the same or you understand what I mean, that when my layout is pretty or when I have some stickers down, even just washi tape, I want to look at it more. So I find myself checking in with my planner more. And my fitness pages, clearly last month didn't go well, but my fitness pages kind of get neglected in that area. So I'm going to decorate just this first week here and see, nothing super exciting, like nothing too crazy, but just a couple little stickers here and there, and see if that helps. It'll be a good experiment to see if that works for me, and then you can check back next month and see if it did work. So I also pulled out this fitness one from Wrong. You can see I got that on clearance from probably Hobby Lobby. Okay, so now I think this is going to be it. So you can see I just put the dates up there. I pulled stickers from all 3 of the sticker books and kind of just put them in together. I do like that it's brighter, so I think that that might be great. I just put some down for my goals here to remind myself. So 72 ounces of water. I just a little eat your veggies and the silverware for don't forget to track. I liked her with the boxing gloves because, I mean, it is a mental fight for real. So I put her down with some dumbbells here, and that will be 80%, and that was to keep myself consistent for 80% of the month at the very least. And then just the little trackers for my vitamins, and then a step tracker just because why not? Then let's throw that in. And then just little, you know, little other ones. This one's make yourself proud. Sundays are usually rest days, so I put go on a walk because I think it would be nice to start incorporating maybe some weekly family walks. And then the scale is here because I do weigh myself almost every day. Don't do that if it is going to trigger something in you. Please don't do that. I only do it because it is not a trigger for me anymore. But please, please, please don't if it is going to trigger something for you. I just do it, like I said, so that I can kind of see the trend line. And honestly, for the month of September, I didn't do it at all. So, or I only did like a couple of days instead of, you know, daily. But I put the scale here at the weekend because, you know, the weekend just kind of trips me up. That is typically when my husband's home, and it just, we want to make it a mini vacation. You know, we want to just relax and not think too much. So I'll get to that later in the month. Right now, I just want to make sure that I am getting back to moving my body more and being more active. So I think that that is it for setting it up. I will do the same week after week. Let me know if you'd like to see more of the fitness planners, if I continue to decorate throughout the week or for the rest of the weeks. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked this video. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me and just kind of keeping me on track for my monthly goals and checking in with our fitness. If I can build a community here of each other's cheering each other on and helping, that was one of my goals. Remember, I wanted to find a community. What better place than here? Let me know your fitness goals. Let me know what you're doing, how it's going, how I can cheer you on, and we can become fitness buddies and just kind of cheer each other on here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you are not subscribed already and you like these kind of videos, here on my channel we talk about homeschooling, homemaking, and all the things in between. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Thanks again.